Backyard Broadcasting podcast channel. Thank you for downloading. Shawn, Carey, and we've got our August 2025 edition of the Backyard Business Spotlight. Our conversation with Jason Fink, the president and CEO of the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce. This was recorded on Tuesday morning, August 26th, 2025.
Great to be here.
All right. Finally get to come up for air after the series.
Oh, yeah. Nope. It's always a fun time. If I haven't figured this out after all the years at the Chamber, I better be finding something else to do.
It's on you. It's on you.
Yep, exactly.
Let's go back 2 weeks for the parade.
Yeah.
Overall, excellent turnout.
Actually, great turnout. It always helps when you got great weather. I'm not going to lie. If it's raining, we're not going to get the crowds. But I will say I was actually just impressed with the crowds, impressed with the entries this year. We got a lot of great quality entries. It's just one of those things where it continues to build, and great to see the people coming out and cheering on the teams as they come in. It's one of the things we hear from all the people that are involved as team hosts that, it's the thing that they talk about the most out of their experiences, that parade.
And the weather is huge, as you mentioned. And there was only one delay of the entire World Series, and it was a lightning delay, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. It delayed things about 3 hours. Luckily, there was no rain, no downpours, where the ground crews had to throw down the
field dry.
The field dry.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I actually worked at a local little league as involved pretty heavily. So yeah. Yep.
But kudos to the crews just for making the fields look just so amazing during the tournament. They do a yeoman's job every single year. So, yeah, other than that delay, tournament went through smooth sailing, and you were able to find the facts and figures from the Department of Community and Economic Development, not only attendance numbers, but the money that's been fueled into the economy over the past few weeks.
Yeah, you look at it, Little League brings, this is all estimates, but we actually did a study a few years ago with Penn College and Little League Baseball to quantify that, because we always get asked. And that report showed at the time roughly 70,000 unique visitors that come over that period of time, because not everybody stays the full 12, 13 days of the series. They come for a day, they come for a couple of days. There are very few that actually will stay for the entire series. So you've got that 70,000 unique visitors, and then somewhere quantified at about $40 million is the estimated economic impact. We've not done inflation. I've got people who ask me, well, that was a couple of years ago. We're not going to go through that, folks. It's roughly 40 million, and it's regional. We always try to stress the fact that it's not the city of Williamsport. It's not just Lycoming County, because we realize that there are people who are staying elsewhere outside of Lycoming County and spending their dollars outside of Lycoming County.
Yeah, I've been spending the dollars, of course, in downtown with the parade leading up to the Little League World Series, and then leading into championship weekend with Williamsport Welcomes the World. Close to 20,000 last year at Williamsport Welcomes the World. We had great weather for that. We had a gorgeous night last Friday night, and I had spoken to you before the festival wrapped up Friday night. Okay, I just was floored by the crowd Friday night, and I'm thinking for sure I probably would not be surprised we were up and over 20,000 here for this last one.
Oh yeah, I will say now again I'm hearing estimates from people, so don't I'm not the person who's counting anything. I've heard estimates of about 25,000 that came out. We had a great night. I will tell you that was perfect. We also had a large number of vendors that were there, and to me it was just a perfect setting for everything. Great crowd. Crowd was just busy from the start all the way through the end of the evening. And I will say the largest line that we've ever had for a ball player for an autograph signing. We actually had to put somebody in there to cut it off, because the ball player had stayed so much later than what we had asked them to do.
Kudos to Johnny Damon, for doing that.
Yep, Johnny was great.
Yeah, he was terrific too. Saturday morning with the kids, he was the honorary third base coach at the Challenger exhibition game. You can tell when people are invested and they want to be there. He was truly soaking up every single second of his time here in town. Oh, and I also can't forget about the wiffle ball game with all the kids over at UPMC last Friday as well.
Yeah, that those two things right there just are great. The wiffle ball game UPMC hosts every year with the ball player we bring in. Johnny was excellent with those kids. Those are local kids that are involved in, and actually they had I think the team from Europe that was there as well to play an exhibition wiffle ball game, which is always fun to be able to see the kids and being able to have them interact with the ball player with Johnny was just wonderful. The Saturday game, folks, if you've never watched that Challenger game, you need to go see it. It's just a great experience. Take out us bringing in, the ball player Johnny Damon this year. It's still something you need to go see. You need to experience. These kids who are out there, they love the sport. They are so enthusiastic, and to see the families who are there cheering them on because their kids are out on a field like this, to be able to experience it. It's a once in a lifetime for them.
It was my second time PA announcing the Challenger game this past Saturday, and I can truly tell you, I didn't do it last year, and I was so bummed out because it wasn't assigned to me last year. And I said, I'm kind of like saying to my my contact over at Little League, it's like I need to do this game every single year because it's just it truly is for a lot of people. It's the one game they will definitely watch.
Yeah, the thing that beyond just the teams that are playing there and the families coming in. The cool thing that I take away as well, there's so many different things. Yeah. The teams that are there for the series, those kids are there, out there cheering them on. Yeah. That are, to me, that's even better. And then after the game, they go out on the field and they congratulate them. They interact. I mean, to me, that is the best thing about the Little League World Series every year. The fans from Woburn, Massachusetts were cheering on the Wilkes-Barre kids and vice versa. And I was talking to one of the producers for the telecast for WVIA that was working with Ken Sawyer and Tom Spicer. I said to him, it's like, you're going to get the biggest ratings out of all this. Just having that team from Wilkes-Barre in, great crowd from just with driving distance, just a few hours away coming in to see that. So a great crowd for that game, and the viewership's got to be through the roof for this year's game. It's just it again, perfect setting, perfect everything. Yeah. And I always enjoy it. I mean, it's just one of those things where people need to appreciate what takes place on that Saturday. And on to next year, right? I know you're already work is already underway for next year after coming up for air here over the weekend. Yeah. Nope. It's one of those things where when you do events, there's always that, hey, that really worked, that change that we made. Let's make sure that we do that. And then there's also those things where, you know what, that popped up this year. We need to, prepare for that for next year. All right. Now time to prepare for some events going on here in the area. Not far from us here at the radio station Thursday. We got a PM exchange over at Willard's, and a couple other businesses are involved in that too. Yeah, actually, that we're looking forward to it. Right before Labor Day weekend, we've got at Willard's, not only Willard's hosting it, but we also have Giant and Members First Credit Union all there in the plaza. Coming together to be able to do a PM exchange. I'm excited about it. I always enjoy, being able to see multiple businesses that are coming together to do one. Yeah. So stop in to see Willard's, a fixture here in Loyalsock for decades, right off of Westminster Drive. Thursday, not only do you have that, but also another ribbon cutting here coming up on Thursday. What business are we going to send flowers to? We are going to be at Comfort Keepers, just actually up the street from Willard's. And it's great. They'll be right before that PM exchange. So if you want to come do the ribbon cutting, check that out, and then head to the PM exchange to knock two birds out with one stone. All right. Enjoy your holiday weekend. I know we got other stuff to get to in September and in the fall. Sooner or later, before we know it, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving, Pie Day, 5K, and all the Victorian Christmas stuff. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff right now. That can wait. I'm still enjoying this weather. Me too. It's always good to see you. Hey, we'll see you, Shawn. Jason, thank you as always for joining us. Jason Fink, the president and CEO of the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce, in our monthly Backyard Business Spotlight. Also available here on the podcast channel, we've got bonus interviews and content.
as well as In Touch, our weekly public affairs program hosted by Freddie Hammer, presented by Geisinger, state-of-the-art healthcare close to home in Muncie and Jersey Shore. You can access the podcast channel with our Backyard Broadcasting app on your phone or tablet, and also we have links on all of our Backyard Broadcasting websites. I'm Shawn Carey. Join me weekday mornings at Carey's Corner, 5 to 10 a.m. on Country 105.1 WILQ, and late afternoons 3 to 7 on Classic Hits 93.3 WBZD.